Good morning, everyone. Hello, everyone. Good morning, North America. Good morning, Philippines, and good morning, world. Welcome to Lifestyles North America and Lifestyles Philippines. I am Jason Leung, Manager of Customer Experience in Canada and USA. And in the month of February, it is FiberLife Awareness Month. And we are focusing on better understanding the many benefits of our amazing FiberLife and why we and our loved ones should take FiberLife every day. And thank you everyone for joining us on Facebook Live on either Lifestyles PH or Lifestyles North America. We have a great event tonight with an exclusive FiberLife product training. Our featured speaker has over 25 years of experience in nutritional product development. He leads our Lifestyles product and research team. He is a registered nutritional consultant, a proud member of the Canadian Health Food Association and the American Botanical Council. Let's give a warm welcome to our Senior Vice President, Paul Kramer. Take it away.
Jason, thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. Welcome on the call. Thank you, all of you, for being here. We're super excited about tonight. We are going to be talking about a very, very important product in the Lifestyles lineup. You know, FiberLife is somewhat of an a little bit unrated product in the sense that a lot of people know about it, but I have to tell you how important this product is for our health. And we're going to go through this tonight. We're going to explain to you a little bit about what the product does, how it can help you, the main issues and the main lifestyle factors that this product can help you with. And it's really, really important because it's going to be one of those products that once you learn more about it and you understand the importance of fiber in particular, I think you're going to be really, really, a lot more excited about it. And as Jason said, it's FiberLife Month in North America. And of course, after the holiday season, of course, everybody's, sort of steps on the scale and decides that, oh my gosh, I've gained a few pounds. I better do something about this. And they reach for their FiberLife and they reach for their gym memberships and away they go, right? So we're gonna talk about that and how it can help out with weight management and all of these other amazing things that the product has and what it can do for you. Plus tonight we've got some really, really good questions that have come in from our distributors in Canada and the United States, of course, and we're going to be answering some of those questions from these people. I have to tell you, these are really, really intelligent, smart, good questions. And I had to really think about some of these answers. So super excited about answering your questions tonight as well. And just talking a little bit about the importance of fiber, because it really is something that can dramatically improve your health, not only your physical health, but they're discovering more and more how your diet affects your mental state and how your diet affects your mood and how your diet affects your mental health. These are things that have become really, really better understood, more popular in the scientific community and amongst people in general. And there is a real connection between the food that you eat and what your mental state is and how your brain is functioning and of course how your body works and how your body functions, right? So we'll talk about that tonight because I do want to touch a little bit about that. We often spend a lot of time talking about the Lifestyles products and how they affect your body, right? But I think people are learning more and more and understanding more and more about how your diet and nutrition affects your mental health, your state of mind, and in particular, your mood. Because of course, we know that if you eat good foods, you're going to have higher energy levels, you're going to be thinking more clearly, you're going to be more productive, and you're going to be, most importantly and somewhat surprisingly, in a much better state of mind, a better mood. So let's swing right into it. I'm here with my trusted assistant, Joyce, tonight. Joyce is going to be manning the slides for me as she always does. She does an amazing job, Joyce. Thank you so much for being with me on the call tonight. So let's get it rolling. Let's take a look at the ABCs of FiberLife. And, you know, it's really, really simple to talk about FiberLife from the standpoint of ABC. These are the primary benefits, like the big picture benefits of FiberLife. Number one, A stands for appetite control. Of course, we know, a lot of people eat more food than they really need, right? So they're eating too much, they're not exercising, or they're not active enough, and therefore they gain weight. And of course, in the Philippines, I love to joke about this. I say, well, you've got the bill, right? You look around, and of course, you look in the mirror and you've got the bill. And of course, along with appetite control, B stands for blood sugar and the bill. So blood sugar and bill are very, very closely connected to each other. But blood sugar is a thing that's a real serious issue today, of course, because high blood sugar is diabetes, which is the fastest growing disease in the world today. It really is. It's quite staggering and very concerning when you think about the number of people in North America, in particular Canada, United States, but also in Asia, in Philippines, that have high blood sugar. They're either diabetic or what's called pre-diabetes. And pre-diabetes is where your blood sugar is really, really high constantly, but you're not quite at that level where you're getting diabetes just yet, but you're very, very close to it. And it's a real serious problem, of course, and we're trying to get people to manage their blood sugar better, to reduce their intake of sugar, number one, but also increase their intake of fiber. And that's where FiberLife comes in. We're going to show you how the particular fiber that we have in FiberLife is really effective in managing blood sugar, controlling blood sugar, keeping it down to the point where you're not at risk of getting diabetes. And if, of course, you're already suffering or been diagnosed with diabetes, we're going to help you keep your blood sugar down, keep it under control, hopefully reduce your dependence on insulin and these other factors. Because the one thing we do know, without a doubt whatsoever, and cannot be questioned, is that your diet and your intake of nutrients can determine your blood sugar levels, okay? So this is very, very well known, very well accepted. So really, a lot of this is under your own control. And we're going to show you tonight how you can keep your blood sugar low. And of course, the C in the ABC stands for cholesterol. And we also know the type of fiber in FiberLife helps to lower cholesterol levels. And the number one cause of death in the world today amongst men and women is heart disease. And we know that still a big risk factor for heart disease is high cholesterol levels. You want to keep your cholesterol down. Certain types of cholesterol need to be down, and other types of cholesterol, it's good to have it a little bit higher. You've heard of your HDLs and your LDLs. You want to keep those ratios proper. And soluble fiber is a really great way to do that. So let's take a look at how FiberLife works. We're going to look at the next slide. And the important thing to know here is that FiberLife is a soluble fiber. And I'm going to explain to you what that means and how that works. But the number one thing you need to know is you need to drink a lot of water with FiberLife. Because it's a soluble fiber, it absorbs water. And the one thing about this is so important when you're taking FiberLife is to drink a really large glass of water with every FiberLife capsule. It's super important because that's what how the product works. It cannot and does not work without water. So it's super important to get the water. There are a couple ingredients in FiberLife, but the main ingredient is konjac, which is a soluble fiber, and it's really, really important to make sure you're giving your body enough water when you consume it. The second ingredient that's the highest active ingredient next to konjac glucomannan is cinnamon bark extract. And we'll talk about both of these ingredients now. So let's start with the konjac. So the next slide, Joyce, please. And we are going to talk about konjac glucomannan, which is a root fiber, okay? It's a natural ingredient, 100% natural, and it's a soluble fiber. Now, this is important because soluble fibers absorb water. There are two types of fiber, soluble and insoluble. Good examples of soluble fiber in your diet would be oatmeal, apples, chia seeds, that type of thing. That's soluble fiber. The other type of fiber is insoluble, meaning it does not absorb water. Those types of fibers are whole wheat flour, beans, vegetables, these types of things, okay? So there are two types of fiber. The important thing about soluble fiber is it does two things that insoluble fiber does not do. Number one, it controls blood sugar levels. Very, very important. In other words, it keeps blood sugar low. The second thing it does is it helps reduce cholesterol naturally. So if you have cholesterol in your blood, in your diet, in your body, it's going to help keep your cholesterol levels down. There is only one type of fiber that does these two things, and that's the fiber in our FiberLife product. So as important as it is to, eat your vegetables and eat your whole wheat flours and whatnot, brown rice, this type of thing, getting soluble fiber is super, super important because we know that two of the major health issues we face today, one is high blood sugar, diabetes, and two is high cholesterol, which contributes to heart disease. So by using FiberLife, you're really, really giving your body a very unique source of fiber in a very convenient way, right? You take your FiberLife capsules, you drink a large glass of water, and you're getting that soluble fiber going to work in your body very quickly. So it's an important thing. And I can't stress enough how important fiber is in your diet. We encourage everybody, and I always encourage people, of course, is to eat a good diet. If you have something in your house that's white, as long as it's not a white person, don't throw them out. But if you've got white flour, white sugar, white bread, all of these things, you want to change that to the brown version, brown rice, brown bread, whole wheat bread, right? All of these things, the more fiber that you consume in your diet, the healthier you're going to be, and actually the better your mood and your mental mindset is going to be as well. Okay, so we'll go to the next slide. We'll talk about the next active ingredient, which is cinnamon bark. Now, you may say to yourself, well, like, why did Lifestyles put cinnamon bark in FiberLife? Because it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense until you realize that cinnamon bark has a major impact on blood sugar, okay? It lowers blood sugar levels. So cinnamon is really, really effective, and that's why we've added it in the FiberLife. So along with the soluble fiber, you're getting this unique ingredient, cinnamon bark. A lot of people don't have cinnamon in their diet. It's not something we consume on a daily basis. But if you're taking FiberLife, you're getting the cinnamon bark extract, which not only helps your blood sugar stay low, but it also has amazing antioxidant properties. So antioxidants, we know, are anti-aging, and it's so important to have a diet that's high in antioxidants. That's really the healthiest type of diet that you can have. So that's why we've added cinnamon bark in there, because it really works synergistically in combination with the soluble fiber, with the sole purpose of keeping your blood sugar under control. Don't forget, the fastest growing disease in North America and in the Philippines is diabetes. Tens of millions of people have diabetes. Tens of millions more are pre-diabetic. So we want to help you keep your blood sugar down. Okay, really, really important. Now, let's take a look at what raises blood sugar levels. Okay, we know that when you eat something that is high in carbohydrates, okay, so carbohydrates, no matter what kind they are, whether it's white rice, white bread, sugar, whether it's even starches or vegetables, anything that's a carbohydrate raises your blood glucose level because everything that you eat that's a carbohydrate gets converted into glucose. And glucose is blood sugar. And blood sugar is important. Don't get me wrong. You need blood sugar. Your brain works on blood sugar. Your muscles work on blood sugar. You need to have enough carbohydrates in your diet to provide your body with the energy it needs in the form of blood glucose. But today, people are eating too much sugar and they're eating it too fast. So they have a meal that's high in carbohydrates. They have a glass of iced tea, which is high in sugar. And all of a sudden, their blood sugar level goes up very, very high, like you see here in this slide, right? And when your blood sugar goes up very high after a meal, your body has to make insulin to get your blood sugar down because high blood sugar is extremely, extremely dangerous. So your body makes insulin. Insulin is a hormone whose job it is to bring your blood sugar level down. And when your blood sugar comes down really quickly, you don't feel good. You're irritable. You can't think properly. So you want to get your blood sugar up again. So people go on these ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs, right? And if you keep doing that day after day, year after year, you're going to eventually develop diabetes because your pancreas is what makes insulin. And if you keep making your pancreas work hard to produce insulin, you're going to wear it out. And eventually, this is what causes diabetes, is that people don't have the ability to make enough insulin, or their cells don't have the ability to absorb the sugar and the insulin together. So these two things combination is what causes diabetes. 9.5 people out of 10 are not born with diabetes. They develop it over their lifetime. It's called type 2 diabetes. And it's basically a disease that is caused by your diet and your lifestyle. Let's look at what happens when you take FiberLife. Okay, so when you take FiberLife with your meal, this is what happens with your blood sugar. Let's take a look at the next slide. Instead of going up and down and up and down and up and down, you've got a nice steady curve of blood sugar because FiberLife with water grabs the sugar, it releases it slowly into your body, and therefore it keeps your blood sugar down. It regulates your blood sugar. And this is so important because when your blood sugar doesn't go up really high, it means your body doesn't need to make as much insulin, which means your pancreas doesn't have to work as hard, which means that you will not develop diabetes over your lifetime. So you want to keep your blood sugar under control. You don't want the ups and downs. You want a nice steady curve. So when you take FiberLife with your meals, we're going to talk a little bit about how to use the product. And we've got some great questions here regarding when to use FiberLife, how to use it. But the bottom line is that it really helps slow down the release of sugar. So if you're eating lots of carbohydrates, white rice, let's say you're eating a high carb meal, and you are drinking iced tea or you're having dessert, you're getting a lot of sugar. FiberLife can really, really help bind that sugar and release it slowly into your bloodstream, which is important, right? So when you have moderate blood sugar, you have lower insulin levels, you have less bill because when that sugar is removed from your blood, the glucose is removed from your bloodstream, guess where it goes? It does not disappear. it goes and gets stored in the bilbil. So when you look at yourself in the mirror and you see excess body fat, excess bilbil, that is stored sugar, okay? And FiberLife can help prevent that from happening, because when you keep your blood sugar low, you don't have to store as much sugar in the bilbil. And that, of course, equals a better mood. It equals better mental health. It equals all sorts of super amazing long-term benefits. So, we really, when Jason and I talked about, the concept of what Jason and his team came up with the idea of February being FiberLife month. And it's great. I love the idea the moment he told me about it, because we really want to get this message across and get the opportunity to share with people the importance of this product, FiberLife, and the importance of fiber in general and what it can do for your health. A lot of people don't think about fiber, as much as they think about protein and as much as they think about carbs and fats and all these other things, right? But really, the unsung hero in your diet is fiber. The more fiber you have in your diet, quite honestly, the longer your life will be and the healthier you will be. So let's not think as much about protein. Let's not think about fat as much or carbs as much. Obviously, we want to keep our simple carbohydrates low. We want to keep our sugar level low. But fiber is the real hero here. It's the real hero in the diet, and it can do the most for you out of any of those nutrients. It's really, really important. Okay, so kudos to FiberLife. Kudos to FiberLife month. Let's take a look at our next slide. We're going to show you a little bit about, most of you have seen this, of course, but you might be new to the company. You might be new to Lifestyles. We're going to show you this chart here about how to use the products. And it's pretty simple chart, pretty easy to understand. And I want to talk a little bit about something called the synergistic effect. And this is the combination of nutrients that you consume, that you ingest in your body, is stronger than any one nutrient. So we know vitamin C is good for you. We know that vitamin E is good for you. But vitamin C and vitamin E together are better than either of them individually. They work together. They work synergistically, right? And that's what that word means, working together to give you a better result. So when you look at the Lifestyles products, they're designed to work synergistically. They're designed to work together. They do different things in the body, but the combined effect, the synergistic effect, is overall health and well-being. So we know Intra supports the 8 biological systems. Take Intra any time of the day with or without food. Nutria Plus and CardioLife always take with food for proper absorption, right? To get the maximum benefits, take it with a meal. And FiberLife, there are 2 ways to use FiberLife, which are very important. Number one, if you want to lose weight, or if you want to control your weight, manage your bilbil, then take FiberLife 15 minutes before your meal with a large glass of water, okay? If you're concerned about cholesterol and low blood sugar, like if you have high blood sugar, you want to lower it, take FiberLife with your meal. Now, if you're not sure, or if you are a little bit of both, right? Because a lot of people who have high blood sugar have extra bilbil. So if you're fighting both of those things, then just take FiberLife with your meal, okay? It's really important, just before you start eating your meal, take a large glass of water with your FiberLife, get the fiber going in your body. The thing that's amazing about the FiberLife capsule is that it starts to break apart. So the fiber gets released in your tummy in 8 to 12 minutes, okay? So really, if you take it, 5, 6, 7 minutes before you eat, whatever, I mean, there's no law here. You can kind of take it either way, before or right before, or even during your meal. But don't forget to take it at least with your meal. because in 8 to 12 minutes, that capsule is going to be completely dissolved in your tummy. The fiber is going to be released with the cinnamon. You're going to have the water there, and the gel is going to be created. There's going to be this soluble fiber gel, which is going to be created in your stomach, and that's what's going to grab the sugar, and that's what's going to remove and lower the cholesterol and do all those wonderful things. So that's the really good thing about the Lifestyles capsules is they're made in Canada. They're very, very high quality capsules. They dissolve literally in your tummy in a lot of times, less than 8 minutes. And it makes the nutrients available right away. So it's really, really important to make sure you take it with water. But as long as you take it either right before your meal or with your meal, you're going to be just fine. Okay. All right. So let's, there's sort of an overview of how FiberLife works. I just want to stress to you how important fiber is as a nutrient. The more fiber you get in your diet, along with FiberLife, the healthier you're going to be. And it's really something that's important. And we're excited about having Fiber Month in North America. Guys, do it in the Philippines too. Rally around Miss Van, rally around FiberLife. It's a great, great product. Okay, let's go to the Q&A, Joycey. I am going to read the questions that we have. They're really, really good. I'll let you know who asked the questions and where they're from. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name. We've got some challenging names here today. So the first question we have is a great question, by the way. It's from Executive Director Lorna Guyawan. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry, Lorna. But she's from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And Lorna, you have a great question. It is. Here's what Lorna wants to know. I have a client who's doing intermittent fasting. She asked if it is safe to take FiberLife while in fasting, during the fasting state. Okay, and she further asked if it is good to take this capsule on an empty stomach on the non-fasting days. Okay, so a lot of people do intermittent fasting. It means that you take a long time between your first meal of the day, right? So a lot of people will skip breakfast and their first meal of the day will be maybe 11 o'clock or even lunchtime. So they don't eat anything in the morning, and then they have their 2 or 3 meals after that. I think the best way to answer this question is to always take FiberLife with or directly before food. So it doesn't really help you too much to take it on an empty stomach. It's not going to be bad. There's not going to be any negative effects or anything. But to get the maximum benefit from the product, because remember, FiberLife lowers blood sugar. And the only time that you have blood sugar, typically, or when it goes up, is when you're eating a meal. So that's why I think it's important to take FiberLife with a meal. So if you're doing intermittent fasting and you're not eating breakfast, you don't eat until later in the day, then don't take your FiberLife, don't take any supplements other than Intra, because you can take Intra on an empty stomach any time of the day with or without food. But all the other products you should take with food. So that means if you're intermittent fasting, don't take CardioLife in the morning or Nutria Plus in the morning. Wait until you have your first meal, then take your Nutria Plus, your CardioLife, and your FiberLife. Okay, so try to avoid taking FiberLife on an empty stomach just because it's not going to have as big a benefit for you. But Lorna, great question. Thank you so much. Next one is from IMD Michelle Kakioran in Hawaii, USA. Well, Michelle, I want you to know 2 things. Number one, we had about 3 or 4 inches of snow here today in Toronto. So your weather is way better in Hawaii. You're probably just loving it there. But okay, so Michelle has a great question. Should we take FiberLife together with other Lifestyles products, or is it best to take it separately? This is a good question. We get this a lot. The answer is it does not matter. Okay. FiberLife is not going to affect other products. It's not going to affect medication, nothing like that, because fiber is not absorbed or digested, or well, it's not digested at all, but it doesn't bind things in your tummy. Okay. What FiberLife does is it grabs onto sugar in your bloodstream, right? And keeps your blood sugar levels low. But it's not going to prevent the absorption of other products. Just like oatmeal is a soluble fiber. Remember, we talked about that earlier. You can eat oatmeal with anything, with your supplements, with your medication. You can eat soluble fiber with anything, and FiberLife is exactly the same thing. So there's no need to really worry about, FiberLife affecting other supplements like the other Lifestyles products, CardioLife, or anything like that. But it's a great question because we get it quite a lot. So I'm glad that Michelle asked that question. All right. And she also asked another question: is it safe to take Lifestyles products for those who have only one kidney? It is. I would, though, suggest people who are compromised in any way with liver function or kidney function, that type of thing, only use the products as recommended on the label, which means 2 Nutria Plus a day, 2 CardioLife a day, 1 to 2 ounces of intra, that type of thing, right? So you don't want to go super, super high doses of the Lifestyles products. And, you want to start off slowly. You can build them up slightly, take a little bit more than the label recommends, but don't go too crazy right away. Start off slowly. And of course, the thing we always say is that if you have a major medical issue, talk to your doctor about supplements. Just let him or her know what you're doing. Make sure they don't have any particular problems with it. Okay. It's always good to be honest with your doctor. Let them know what you're doing. All right. So that was Michelle's question. Thanks, Michelle. We have Kate Asuncion, I think is how you pronounce it again, Kate. I'm really sorry. She's an 86QL out of Surrey, BC. Fantastic, beautiful British Columbia in Canada. Here's Kate's question. How many FiberLife capsules should we take if we are taking maintenance drugs for diabetes or high cholesterol? Okay, great question. If you're on medication for blood pressure or cholesterol, you can certainly quite easily take at least 1 FiberLife with each meal with a large glass of water, and that is going to do nothing but help you. It is going to help you. It's going to help you manage your blood sugar. It's really, really hard for the average person to have super low blood sugar, because most people have adequate or high blood sugar. And taking 1 FiberLife if you're on, insulin, or if you're on blood pressure medication, I think was the other one, diabetes and high cholesterol. Okay, so you're either on statins in this case, right, for cholesterol, or diabetes, insulin. Taking certainly 1 FiberLife capsule with each meal with a large glass of water is not going to be any problem whatsoever. Okay, so great question. Thank you. Melanie Dubois in Lodi, California, Executive Director. For a person with gout, what is the right amount dosage for each product? Well, I would say for sure, because gout is something that, is very painful, very debilitating. Start with the recommended amount on the label. And if you feel that you want more, in other words, when you start taking the 2 Nutria Plus, the 1 to 2 jiggers or ounces of intra, servings of intra, and after a month or so, if you feel, hey, I'd like to take a little more because I want to get a better result, then slowly, slowly work your way up. It's hard for me to say exactly how much any person should take of any of the products. We obviously always say to people, start with what it says on the label, and then if you feel you need more, work your way up, but do it slowly and monitor how you feel as you go along, because these products are not drugs. They're not medication. They're natural health products. They work with the body, and every body is different, right? Every body is different. Every person is different. So start with what's on the label and work your way up slowly. But we've had a lot of great benefits, or sorry, a lot of great testimonies about people who, with gout and these other sort of inflammatory conditions, that have benefited dramatically from the product. So thank you for that, Melanie. Okay, Michelle Medeiros in Hayward, California, NMD. NMD, Michelle, thank you. For all Lifestyles products, what is the amount allowed to take in a day if you want to take more? I think she's asking what's the maximum. And again, it's hard to sort of say that, but let me give you some guidelines. These are guidelines. This is what I think the maximum for the average person, and you don't need to go this high. What I'm telling you is this: if you take what it says on the label for each of the products, you follow the label recommendations, you're going to get tremendous benefits. If you have additional health challenges, certain things that you want to overcome, if your stress level is super, super high, if you have an illness like the flu or a cold or some virus that you want to battle, then maybe you need to take more. So if you're thinking about, for certain times, taking the maximum amount of the products, let me give you some guidelines. Folks, this is important. These are guidelines. I'm not suggesting this for every person. Everybody needs to figure out in their own way what works for them, starting slowly and working their way up gradually. But I would say for intra, we often see people take 3 to 5 servings a day, which would be, five servings a day is a very, very good amount of intra. I'm not suggesting you do that. I'm just telling you what the guidelines would be on the high end of things, okay? Nutria Plus, if you want to take more than 2, 3 to 6, okay? 3 to 6. CardioLife, 3 to 5, 3 to 5. And capsules, of course. And FiberLife, 2 capsules with each meal. So that's 2 capsules 3 times a day for a total of 6, okay? So these are on the higher end of things. So this is when you really have a health challenge or you feel that you need a little bit of extra support. And a lot of people, they may not stay at that level. They may go at that level. I know that, if I'm feeling something coming on, I'm going to double, triple up all my supplements, take my extra Nutria Plus, my extra intra, just to give your body that little bit of boost. And it doesn't mean you're going to stay at that level. It just means you're temporarily taking a high level. You may go back down to, a more moderate level. But every once in a while, we might need that extra boost, right? Okay, so Executive Director Maravik Manahan from Toronto, Ontario. There you go, right in our backyard here. Okay, so she's got a great question, actually. She says that intra, helps the 8 biological systems. So if intra really helps everything in the body, why do we need any other products? And it's a really good question, because intra for sure helps the 8 biological systems. The thing about intra is it is a moderate level of each ingredient. So there's no higher or concentrated level of any one ingredient. So intra is a moderate level of 23 herbs that strengthens and supports the 8 biological systems. Now, we have certain things that affect our lives more than others. We know that heart disease is the #1 cause of death in the world today amongst men and women in every country of the world. So heart disease is a big concern. That's why we have CardioLife. It has specific, targeted, high-potency ingredients that help support cardiovascular health. We know that cancer is the #2 cause of death in the world today. That's why we have Nutria Plus with strong, high-potency ingredients that are antioxidants that keep your cells healthy. We want to keep our body cells healthy. That's where Nutria Plus comes in. Nutria Plus is also a great anti-aging product, right? And of course, People always want to look young, feel young, that type of thing. So targeted high potency ingredients. Number 3, of course, is diabetes, right? The fastest growing disease in the world today. That's where FiberLife comes in. So FiberLife has strong fiber ingredients. By the way, Intra does not have fiber whatsoever, right? So that's where FiberLife comes into play. So although Intra is tremendous to take every day to support your entire body, keep your body strong and clean and functioning, when you need the extra support for heart health, for cellular health, and for fiber support, that's where the other products come in. And when you sort of think about the Lifestyles products, it's pretty cool that we've got a lineup of products that really help people with the number one causes of illness and death today, that we can help support them, right? We can help support you on all of these things that your body needs to keep you healthy and keep you strong. So, but I love the question, Maravik. Thank you so much, because a lot of people think, well, I just need to take Intra, and of course, take your Intra. It's fantastic, but the other products are going to give you targeted support for these unique situations and health challenges that we all face today. All right, so we've got, here's a question from NMD Winnie Ilanga in Long Island, New York. Winnie, thank you so much. She also asks about FiberLife. She says, could you provide guidance on the appropriate daily dosage of FiberLife? She's concerned about avoiding insulin. So maybe she's one of these people who are pre-diabetic, right? Well, I would say for sure 2 capsules with each meal 3 times a day. And that's going to get you up to 6 capsules a day. Winnie, make sure you take a large glass of water. That is really, really going to help you keep your fiber under control. But Winnie, in addition to that, I want your sugar down. I want your carbohydrates lower. I want you eating more whole wheat, more healthy fiber foods in addition to the FiberLife, okay? But it's a very, very good question. All right, Executive Director Maricel Ravella from Southfield, Michigan. All right, Michigan. Is it safe to take FiberLife with other konjac glucomannan products like shiitake noodles or shiitake rice? Yes, 100%, Maricel. Take FiberLife with other fiber foods. No problem at all. Soluble fiber, insoluble fiber, it's all good. FiberLife is the more the merrier, the more the better. Okay, so no problem taking it together. She also asked, is there any contraindications taking FiberLife with medication? Remember, it's a great question, and that's why we're answering it, because we get it so much. No problem taking FiberLife with your medication or with your other supplements, okay? Not going to be a problem, okay? And then she also asks about people with kidney disease taking FiberLife or any of the other products. Again, the situation with that is, of course, I think what you want to do is talk to your doctor about it. There really is no problem with using any of the Lifestyles products if you've got, kidney or other organ challenges, but always stick to the amount on the label. Do not exceed the label recommendation, because that is designed to be a good starting point, and then discuss it with your doctor regarding that, okay? So very, very important. Last question of the day. GMD Loveland Domingo. Hello, Loveland from Bay Point, beautiful Bay Point, California, in the United States. Is it safe for a person who has undergone a heart procedure? Loveland, great question. The answer is absolutely yes. Once you are recovered and you are cleared, you should increase your fiber intake slowly. You should add FiberLife to your diet. You should be taking CardioLife. You should be doing everything you can after a heart procedure to keep your heart healthy, keep your arteries clean. It means improving everything in your diet. It means adding these wonderful supplements in a controlled fashion. So slowly, of course, let your doctor know what you're doing. Start off slowly, build it up. But there's no doubt about it. After, the idea is we want to avoid heart surgery or heart conditions. But if you've had a challenge with your heart health and you're past your surgery, you're recovered, you've got to get on track. You've got to improve your diet and give your body a break, right? Help your body to help itself. Give it what it needs, which includes the Lifestyles products. Go about it responsibly. Follow the guidelines on the label to begin with, and then take it from there. So, guys, thank you so much. I love the questions. We're going to do this again because, I know that our distributors have a lot of really, really good questions. We're talking about doing a global Q&A live. Okay, so stay tuned for that in the coming future, where I'm going to come on and I'm going to answer your questions live. So you'll get an opportunity to type in your questions, send me a message. I'm going to go around the world and we're going to answer questions from everybody in the global lifestyles universe. So I can't wait for that. It's going to be exciting. You guys are going to be testing me really, really hard because I'm not going to have a chance to know what these questions are, but before ahead of time, but I'm going to answer them the moment you ask. So looking forward to that. I hope it's been useful. Don't forget about Fiber Month in FiberLife Month in North America and also in the Philippines. Please embrace FiberLife. It's a tremendous product. Add it into your diet, and your health and your body and your mind will thank you for it. Jason, I'm going to turn it back over to you, my man. Thank you so much, everybody. Be well, stay healthy, stay happy, and we'll talk to everybody soon. Thank you, and good morning.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you. That was a wonderful training by the best in the industry. So we hope everyone learned more about our amazing FiberLife today. It is again FiberLife Awareness Month. Order yours today to take back control of a healthier lifestyle for you and your loved ones. And we're also accepting FiberLife video testimonials, roughly 1 minute, okay, for a project coming soon. So stay tuned for more details on Facebook for the Lifestyles North America channel. So please contact the Lifestyles North America office for more details. You can talk to me or talk to Mila about it. And once again, thank you everyone for joining today, and good morning, everyone.